in this lovely, lovely review of Alien Earth, I have to do episode 5. Something strange is going on, something spooky this way comes. There are reviews, people talk, chit-chat, this and the other. People are calling this the best episode so far. They're not just calling it the best episode so far, they're saying, why can't the rest of the series be like this? This is what I was here for. This is Alien, etc., etc. Which is quite a weird thing to say, because that means that the other episodes are lacking. You know, question mark? It's like, so really, the episode, even though you've been sucking the dick in the other episodes are shite, and you think this one's better. Why is this, an entire episode on its own? I think this is the worst episode. I think that the other episodes are a 2 out of 10, and this is a 1.5 out of 10, right? A 1 out of 10 is basically, I don't know, someone died, and then they're magically back and no one's noticed. But literally, it's not because it's spooky magic. It's like the director forgot. Or, just the story doesn't make sense. Like, really, really doesn't make sense whatsoever. Like, something's broken. You know what I mean? Like, they change actor halfway through shooting and they just hope you don't realise. You know what I mean? Or, a nuclear explosion happened and then the next scene you see that the city's completely fine. And it wasn't a dream. They just said, oh, actually, it wasn't as bad as we thought. Because they've run out of, CGI budget or something. Who knows? A 1 out of 10, a 0 out of 10, you can't. It means you're not reviewing anything. Because, I'm reviewing the 15th Alien vs. Predator film. Well, there isn't one, so that'd get a 0. Any road, people are saying this is the best one, which I think is weird that all these people are saying, oh, yeah, this is so much better. It's like, so when... you mean it can be better? Well, that's interesting. The second thing that I think is interesting is that I outlined in the last video the elements that you need to make an Alien film. So, no Earth, crew, a setting, a ship, you know what I mean? No, minimal world building, all that kind of jazz. And it's so strange that this episode is those things. If you go back and look at my previous video where I had a checklist of what you need to make an Alien film or program, this literally fits into all these. That doesn't mean that if you just do these things, an Alien film's good, because Covenant, Prometheus, Alien 3, Resurrection even, they all adhere to nearly everything on that list, right? Nearly everything on that list for the majority of their playthrough. That's just the point I was making with that list is what you need, and the episode 5 is basically almost a rerun of Alien. To a degree. It is a crew stuck on a ship that almost looks identical, having a bit of a catastrophe and trying to work out, it's very simplistic. So, how do they fuck it up so much? I've got 2 pages, this and the other side, of notes. That's how bad this is. So... so we'll start at the beginning. It starts off with alarms going. Morrow. Sorry, it's not Marlowe. That's off Alien Dark Descent, I think. Morrow. His name is Morrow. So let's just say one thing. People are saying that this. We'll start there. People are saying that Morrow is the best character. People say this, get that guy, I know it's only a meme, but get that guy an Emmy. Are you fucking mental? Morrow is a shit character. I'll prove it to you. Tell me something, including this episode, tell me something about Morrow. Well, he had a daughter. Right, they're facts. He didn't have a daughter. If you can just unwrite it with one, basically the reverse of what they've said. So, he had a daughter. Oh, well, he doesn't have a daughter now. Oh, weirdly enough, he doesn't have a daughter now. She's dead. Oh, okay, cool. Right, that's just you're just describing something he has. That's not his character. A character, just so if people are a bit confused with what I'm getting on about, a character is something you know about someone that allows you to predict what their future behaviour may be in a variety of situations. So he has a daughter does not reflect anything about a person. There are people out there who have daughters who don't know they've got daughters. There are people out there that have daughters that will do anything for their daughters. There are people out there who have daughters who don't give a shit about their daughters. It is not a character. Having a child is not a character. A lot of women get this wrong. They seem to think that, what have you done with your life? I've had children. Right, cool. So you went through a biological process. What else have you done? You know what I mean? Like, the act itself, you know, just being part of your history isn't an achievement. It isn't a, you know what I mean? It's like when you say to kids who've broken legs, oh, you've been brave. No, they haven't. They haven't got a choice. If you said to the kid, would you like to just click your fingers and undo this broken leg and remove all the pain? Yep, the fingers have already been clicked. Brave is... A child being brave would be this. If I break your other leg, then you get to watch Cartoon Network for a month. And they went, yeah, fuck it, go on then. Because they know what the pain is, right? Just doing something, because it's very hard to distinguish the difference between ignorance, stupidity, and something that's heroic. People who get the VC and stuff are heroic because they know something is dangerous. They've seen it firsthand and do it regardless. They know that they're probably going to die or become extremely injured and do it anyway. That's heroic. For instance, in this setting, Ripley is heroic in Aliens because she knows she doesn't like the alien. She knows she might die. She grabs all those weapons, not really knowing what she's doing. She goes down there because she has to try, at least, to get that little girl. She has to try. If there's a chance she can save her, it's worth it. When they get to the top and Bishop's fucked off, she's like, you know, well, it's kind of like, at least I got her back and she didn't have to die that way. We're going to die because this place is going to blow up and that'll be quick. Close your eyes. It'll be all good. And the little girl knew she doesn't listen and she sees Bishop, the fucking bitch. Any road. Morrow is not a good character. What else is there? Well, he's loyal to Wayland Yutani to a fault. Okay, so he's extremely loyal. Is that's one character thing? He's just one character thing. He's loyal to this cause. Do we understand why? Well, she raised him off the streets, and it's horrible. It's horrible exposition. But his grandmother raised him off the street, blah, blah, blah. Well, oh, okay. Is that it? So, this guy's loyal to this cause. He will kill anyone for these specimens. Oh, okay. It's specimens are everything. So he's basically just a Terminator then. He's just a death robot. He's a cyborg death robot. Is that it? I don't understand where the character is. He doesn't make decisions. You don't see him battling with, should I sacrifice these people or should I not? Should I help these people even though it goes against... How? There's no testing of his loyalty. There's nothing to say, you know... There's nothing there. That's not character-worthy. We'll go back to Ripley. She's very passionate about the fact that that Wayland and the colonial administration, everyone is ignoring her. No, you see, these fucking aliens, then all this shit, you can take, it's goodbye, fuck off. The aliens will fuck everything if we get anywhere near them. We need to warn people that this thing is there. We need to go there and destroy it. And chill out, bitch. People have been living there forever. Then she cares. Okay, cool. So then, but she doesn't care enough to go, because when the Marines turn up, they say, we've lost contact with the colony, and she tells them to do one. Oh, so she's a heartless bitch then. But then she has the nightmares and stuff. And then she's like, I can't just ignore this. You know, people think that Ripley goes on the mission to stop her having nightmares. She goes on the mission because she can't... It doesn't sit well with her that there might be people that have come across this thing, and she's the only driving force. She's on an island. She knows that she's the only person who is going to do anything about this. She has to. She's a doer. She's proactive. So then she goes, and like when she gets there, she when it's all going to shit and Gorman's doing nothing, she's proactive. The Newt thing, she's proactive. When Hudson's been a little chicken shit and Vasquez and Hicks are looking basically, they're just trying to work out between them what's going on, she's like, right, we need to fucking do something, don't we? That's who she is. She cares enough. She cares about several things. She cares about the situation, she cares about her own survival and the people she can help around her. But she also cares that this can't go back to humanity. Like, she will she gets to the point where it's self-sacrifice to make sure that this doesn't happen. You know what I mean? It becomes this whole idea of these things need to disappear. They need to be destroyed. Humans can't be trusted. You know, Burke's a sleaze. Like she says, she didn't just go, when Burke says we can make loads of money out of Gorgeous here, and she didn't just go, yeah, well, fuck it, whatever. She goes, no, I'll tell them. I'll fucking tell them it was you. I went looking to see who sent these people out there, and it was fucking you cunt. You know, she cares that much. These little bits tell her about the character, and it tells you what she's going to do. We didn't all sit there and go, well, why is she going for the kid? Well, she went for Jonesy in the first one. This is what she does. But we also know, you know, Kane's outside. Kane's got something on him. Yeah, I know, but we might all die. That, you know the rules. And she agrees with the rules. They're not just rules, she agrees with them. Morrow's got nothing. All we know is the specimen's everything. He is basically an evil character, but not even in a clever way. He will manipulate a child to get what he wants. He will manipulate, or he will blackmail people. You know, you're having sex with the captain. I need to know this. I need to know this. I need to know this. He will do anything just for his one cause, regardless of what that means. If it means manipulating children, if it means doing this, if it means... He don't give a shit, right? He don't give a shit. And then they try and put this violin scene in where he's like, oh, his fucking poor daughter. If his daughter was so poorly and all the rest of it, or she was such bad, why the fuck did he leave her? And people say... I've heard people literally in comments say, but it's because of the money. Everyone else doesn't go on a 65-year mission. They fucking stay with the children. What a cop-out. He is... You know, they say, oh, you know, you've been loyal. No, you're loyal to a woman. Her grandmother, she died a long time ago. Not the company. Oh, no. I am Yatani through and through. Why? Whatever. Anyway, so they get up and you just walk into this room and they're all just, yeah. Anyway, so I put 2 fingers in her ass and she helped that time and I thought, haha. And someone else like, I don't know why I like pizza more than I like pineapple, but I won't. I like pineapple and I like pizza, but the two, they just don't go, and you're a fucking weirdo for thinking so. He says to me, he said, if we have to pay the electricity, then you have to stop basically playing, you know, your gambling's going to have to stop. You're just going to have to stop doing it. And they're all having these conversations, these weird fucking conversations, when there's 2 facehuggers. And you're like, oh, here we go. Right, okay. Let's see where this goes. And they're just, yeah, well, I kind of killed the captain. I cut his leg off and shit happens, and hey, it burnt him to death. No one seems to care. No one in that room. You remember when, in Alien, Kane dies and they're all like that. What? Right? And their mood changes. They never have a laugh in Alien since. The moment Kane dies, one of their friends, their colleagues, someone they know, someone they were talking to, he dies and the mood changes. There is not another joke, there's no sexual innuendos, there's no fuck all. It goes serious. You can see the stress on their faces every time something happens. You know, they even have a funeral bit where they all sit there and say a bit. Oh no, they don't say a bit. No one knows what to say. They're all just that fucking shocked. Eject. Out into space he goes. They don't know what to do. Then they're all mooching around going, right, how do we catch it? Well, I've got these nets and I've got this this pronging thing. There is a laugh in the film. The laugh comes from Parker saying to Brett, "Dickhead, we've got to catch the cat, otherwise we'll track it again." But that's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not funny. That's it. There's like no levity in the film whatsoever. It's like, holy shit, this is serious. These lot are just talking, yeah, anyway. And it's like, what the fuck is going... They're there. His throat's burnt in half. This other guy's got this thing stuck to his face. And it's just like, what is going on? What is actually going on? Nobody knows. No, but they're all just stood around like fucking whatever. It's like, I tried to get it off and I completely severed it and it bled everywhere and it killed him. Didn't get me, mind. Didn't get me at all, which is a bit strange, but whatever. Can we see them bits? Wouldn't they be good to see? Like, visually, you tried to tell us this story. Wouldn't that be cool? No, we can't. We can't. It's like this. We don't have enough time. It's like, what do you mean you don't have enough time? You have 8 fucking episodes. Don't tell me you don't have enough time. Any road. So, they say, oh, yeah, it's killed them. It has acid for blood. Fair enough. Whatever. The facehugger's, that facehugger's dead. That facehugger's had its tail chopped off and he's dead. But this bloke still got this egg on his face, right? And you go, oh, okay then. So what we're going to do? Oh, we're going to freeze him. That's the protocol. There's protocol for this. You freeze him. It's like, oh, okay then. So they put it in the freezer, and then this stupid bitch pours this tube of sand. I don't know how much sand is in that tube, but it's got to be, I don't know, like a canful like this. It's massive. It's it's a stupid. Oh, don't know. I don't know why. Why is she carrying around a tube of her state sand or his state sand? I don't know. Obviously, they came from the same state because she's carrying around a tube of his sand or her sand. Who cares? Who knows? And you feel nothing. You watch it and go, sand. There's no emotion there. There's no nothing because no one seems to give a shit. Even she's not even trying to pretend. It's only that moment where you realise. And that's after she's had the conversation with Morrow about, he's like, I'm going to fucking kill everyone on this ship. Fucking everyone. Just get me them. Line them up. I'll slit all the wrists all at once with one razor blade to save time and razor blades. It's like, he's just constantly, I'm going to take over. I'm going to do it. Well, fucking do it then, sunshine. Fucking do it. What are you waiting for? He looks at the security footage and we don't get to see. It's very shit. We don't get to see. We see it, but we don't get to see it. And he's like, was it you? Was it you? Was it you? And there's the reason why we don't get to see it is because it is clear as day who it isn't. So when you see the footage, you go, well, that's a bloke with kind of like a helmet of hair. So it's not her, it's not her, it's not her, it's not her. Okay then. Well, it's not him, it's not him, it's not him, it's not him. So there's only 2 people, because one of them's dead, that it could possibly be. But instead he has to play this stupid, not long-lived detective bullshit about who it might or might be. For instance, is it you, Egghead? Is it you, Baldy? No, it's not Baldy, because you can see in the video, you can hardly make it out. But they don't show us, because it would be stupid. Morrow is stupid. It's weird. It's that thing again where he's just an idiot, right? How is it? Unless on the Maginot, do they have wigs? So Slaphead, Mr. Tang or whatever his name is he an android or not? I thought they were making out that he was this android. And there's a real strange bit where did I write it down? They're talking about, that's it, Mr. Tang, can you go away? So they're about to have a conversation. and it says, she says, it says you. Oh no, it's not you, me. It's the bit where there's an explosion. For some reason, there's just an explosion. You see you see an exterior shot. And you see this pop into space, and then all the alarms go off. This isn't the egg one. This is after. There's just an explosion. Don't know where. Don't know why. There's a random explosion, and they say, "Mr. Ten, can you go away?" And he goes, "Why?" So we could talk about, what did he say? He says, so we could talk about the explosion in the ship. I don't know why. He says, because there's a saboteur that's doing this, that, and the other. I don't know why they told him to go away. It's like, oh, is it meant to be a private conversation? But it's such a weird... I don't know who Mr. Teng is. Is he an android? Is he not? He's like this really, really weird guy who's just really fucking weird. But then he screams when the alien goes anywhere near him. It's bizarre. Anyway, certain things are said that are all kinds of stupid. Like, for instance, they say, it's illegal or it's forbidden to have relationships on the ship. Why? Why is it forbidden to have relationships on the ship? It says they're away for 65 years. Probably dicking around for 5 years, right? They're running around for 5 years. And collecting specimens when they get to their destinations and stuff. What? But on the Prometheus, sometime later... Oh, no, in the past... Well, actually, no, it's weird, isn't it? Because it was 2055. Let's not forget 2055 is when this set off. And then you've got 2098 or whatever it is, and then you've got 2120, which is the timeline for Alien. All that kind of shit. Oh, so you've got this basic timeline. Why is it forbidden to not have relationships on a ship where all we're doing is collecting... We're all scientists, and we're collecting samples and coming back. Why are relationships banned? It's not the military. But on Prometheus, Holloway and Elizabeth Short are a couple. Oh, okay. On the Covenant, in between these two, 10 years later, so 2110 just say, they are all couples. And you say, well, yeah, that's a colony ship. They're off to go somewhere and live. And this is a science vessel. They're off to go and catch specimens. Why can't they have relations? Are you being serious? On the Nostromo, it was suggested that Parker has shagged everything that moves. On the Nostromo, there was an original script, part of the script, that Dallas and Ripley were shagging. That's not part of the film, I know, but it just seems bizarre that that's something you try to enforce. That you're just not allowed. You got to remember, these missions, this isn't like serving on a military vessel out at sea where you're going to go 6 months maximum and you'll be at a port. They're going away for 65 years. All of their loved ones and spouses and stuff will probably be dead by the time they get back. It's just a strange thing. So anyway, Morrow looks... I remember, Tomorrow. Morrow looks through all the video feeds that are all tiny, and he doesn't show us, and he's got an electric chair that goes... I was like, just have a chair on wheels. We solved that problem a long time ago. And he notices two things. Number one, there's some guy who's got hair fucking around with a panel, and then he runs away, and it goes and it blows up, and it's a 1 foot by 1 foot electrical panel, and that kills the flight navigation controls and the engine controls. So basically the control of the ship completely. It kills the control. What is in there? This ship is the size of a fucking cathedral, and let's talk about that. Why is the Maginot so big? You see exterior shots and they zoom into a window, and you're like, why is it that big? It's like three... this is what I was drawing over here. It's like 3 Nostromos. It's massive. I don't understand why it's so big. It is huge. The Sulaco, when you actually see the Queen come out, you can see the door, the loading, the access port that the Queen falls out of. And the Sulaco isn't that big. The Sulaco is probably as long, but it's the bulk of it. The thing's massive. I was like, why? Why? You've got a crew the same size as, just say, the Sulaco, but you haven't got... Well, maybe it does have all these drop ships and all this other shit in, to descend to the surface. Whatever. It just seemed massive to me. I don't understand why that ship's so big. I'm like, what the fuck are you filling that thing with? But yeah, the ship's massive. The Nostromo, you can imagine being a small ship with massive engines. That's what it looks like. It looks like a smallish ship with massive engines because it's a tug. You know what I mean? It's meant to have a lot of oomph because it pulls shit. But yeah, whatever. The ship just seemed to be absolutely massive. And it's taken down by the explosion of this. That's it. No multiple failure points. No multiple, any backups, redundancies. No, it's just this one little panel down there blows up both. And that panel is in the cargo bay where you keep shit, power loaders and shit like that, or forklifts. I don't know why you keep it just in this panel just there. That seems to be a bit retarded to me. Number 2 is you've got an engineer here. You can go to engine control and go flick, 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 flick. Ah, that's the engine's fucking turned off. We'll talk about the engines in a minute. So, it's contrived writing nonsense. It's not. It's not conducive with science fiction, like I've said before. The way you have to kill things. You can just say, like The Expanse, there's a code in the ship that locks them out, right? Where they've got to decide, try and find a way to undo this code. And, Naomi's like, I've got to do this, and this, and this, and this. And there's all these workarounds. But at least there's a workaround. We're hurtling towards Earth. Does anyone want to try and sort that out? They don't seem to care. He goes, we've lost nav controls and engine controls. Dick joke. You kind of like that. It's like, they just don't care. The weirdest thing is they walk out of the room and then the engineer says tomorrow, he says tomorrow, she didn't tell you the whole story, that explosion fried the navigation and engines. And I'm like, why didn't she tell everyone that? Why? She just, fuck it, don't matter. What do you mean? You're headed towards Earth. You're either going to do two things. You're either going to hit it, which is ridiculous, or you're going to miss it and just carry on going towards the sun. What the fuck? It's all right, Matt. It's all right. So, they decide to... Morrow's going on some Dick Tracy novel about trying to find out who the person he should be able to find quite easy, and he seems to not be. It's like, there's only so many crew, dickhead, right? And half of them are fucking women, so work it out. He's interrogating some people in the shittest way possible. Like, it was you, wasn't it? Ugh! It's like, all right, calm down. Yeah, but it was you. No. Oh, okay then. Morrow's he's an idiot. He's a fool. You just... Look, if you watch it again, look at his interrogation techniques of, I think it's you. Oh, okay. He's also downloading all the messages that they've sent privately back home. Okay, so I'd read them first before you talk to anyone, retard, because weirdly enough, it's in there. So the ship is exactly the same. So the Maginot, I was saying before that it looks almost the same. It's the same. The kitchen's the same. The tunnels are the same. The access corridors are the same. Everything's the fucking same. It's bizarre and horrible. The bridge is basically the same, which is strange because they don't look the same exterior shot-wise, but the interior are exactly the same. The ladders are the same, the corridors are the same. So basically, they are the same model internally, not just decoration, but just layout, the stairs, everything's the same. The bridge is the same. The kitchen's the same. Everything is the same. The sleep pod room is the only one where the hypersleep pods are that's different. And there were... the crew is meant to be 14, 15 including the cat, but there are 21 sleep pods. Okay, fair enough. So they put Gadget, who's got the face mask on, the face hugger, they put him in his pod, and then you see it tighten its neck, as in, it's not working. The sleep pod doesn't work. I also hate this. We've all, for this many years, have been under the impression that putting people in a hypersleep pod stops the gestation process. It puts a hold on it. Right? That's what it does. And Alien 3 messes with that idea in a way because of where did the alien come from, etc., all that kind of jazz. Or facehuggers, Ripley, that kind of jazz. Which makes you think, actually, that the facehugger in Alien 3 actually saved Ripley's life when she crashed in the cryopod and it fell off and then she's on the beach. Anyway, cryo doesn't work then, so that's the problem now. Oh, and then the kid says, they're talking, this fucking kid. You got to remember, right, someone wrote this. This is the best episode so far. You got to remember, an episode is made up of all the elements that are in the episode. So if each episode is bad, it makes the episode bad. Like, you could even say, the last half of the episode was really good, but the first half was shite. Therefore, I like the good bits, don't like the bad bits. So overall, the episode... imagine if you had a series of TV where every single episode was amazing but one. You go, it's a pretty good show. There's one that lets it down, just skip that one, or you got to get through it. But generally speaking, it's good. You imagine you have a series of TV where every single episode's absolute dog shit, but one's actually got a really good idea and there's a really good scene. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. That one episode. But then you don't say, oh, fuck it, the whole thing is shit. There's just one good scene that's not worth watching. That's how these things are. It's how we evaluate things, right? It's the balance scales. The kid's talking about putting something in crates and goes, it was biology samples. And then the guy goes, no, that's geology. It's rocks. What's the difference? Right, wait there. This is the kid that doesn't know who's in charge of his own worlds, right? He has no idea how all this works. I don't know how all they know how it works, actually, because they were like, there's 5 things and a new one called Prodigy. It's like, you have just got up out of your hypersleep chambers things and just gone to the kitchen. How the fuck do you know what's happened in 65 years? You just said, oh, this boy wizard kid is a brand new one. He's the youngest trillionaire in history. How do you know this? You've just got up. That's what you've just... People are still walking around the dressing grounds eating cereal. They've just got up, had a shower, I presume, and then they're having breakfast. And you already know this and you're explaining to this kid. Bad writing, Noah. I called him Noel in the last video. Don't care, he's a prick. But Noah, I must... So people know who I'm talking about. The retard who wrote this. He then says... biology, are you sure? It's like, oh my fucking God. So this kid doesn't know what world he lives in. I don't know why he's there. Let's just say he's 20 years old. Right? Let's just say he's 20 years old. Why would he leave a personal message saying, I'm the engineer's apprentice? Now, whatever an apprentice is. Why are you sending a message when you get back home after a 65-year mission? And you're sending a message to whoever, parents or whatever, maybe they're still alive. He's sending a message to them saying, I'm now the engineer's apprentice. Wait, didn't you leave as the engineer's apprentice? So this is a new thing then. So what were you before you were the engineer's apprentice? Why are you on this mission? These missions will cost a lot of money. Why have you got a seat on this voyage? What are you there for? Surely you'd be replaced by another scientist to gather all these specimens, not just some retard. Let's just say they've been poking around out of the 65 years. They've been travelling for 60 because it's so long, in hypersleep, and they've been walking around catching things with fucking claws and nets and shit for 5 years. Let's say he's 20 years old. So you were on this ship when you were 15? Why? Why are you on this vessel? Fuck the kid. Not only that, is he doesn't know the difference between biology and geology. Come on now. Noah, you wrote this shit. Explain yourself. What the fuck are you talking? This isn't a generational ship. It's no one's child. They're not allowed relationships. And no one went on this fucking ship pregnant because he doesn't turn to her and said, Mum, you know what I mean? I don't understand. I don't. And if you had a scientist who was pregnant, you wouldn't let her go on a mission like this. Someone needs to explain him to me. They need to explain him to me. I don't know how old the actor is. I should have looked that up. I should have looked up how old the actor is, because that would have been really helpful. Because if he is 22, that would have been fucking hilarious. Because I'd be like, why is he on this ship? I don't understand. And he's the engineer's apprentice. He's thick as fuck. Why would he be? You wouldn't. No. Newt is cleverer than this retard, and she's dead. Christ alive. Oh, actually, no, in this time frame, she hasn't been born yet, that's the one. So as a potential fetus in the future, she's more intelligent than he is. Oh, that's it. Then the engineer says to Marlowe, he says, we're running on fumes. Our fuel reserve is 8%. So fuel is 8%. And he says, we have 24 hours of fuel before this missile turns into an arrow. He calls it a missile because it's lost its guidance, which doesn't actually make sense. It's a power. It's now a power. It's a rocket. That's what it is now, and it's lost its guidance. Then as soon as it runs out of fuel, it goes from being a missile, fair enough, a powered projectile, to an arrow. Okay, so an unpowered, free-falling, free trajectory, a free body. Okay, cool. What? Sorry, what? You don't need to keep your engines on to keep going in space. I've been through this before. But the engines, it says, in 24 hours. That's a lie. Because all the way to Earth, it lands with its engines going. So he's just wrong. So our engineer guy is just stupid. He's wrong. He's stupid again because he's wrong. Now, I know the goofball kid is stupid, but there's no point writing that down. He's wrong because they are further than 24 hours away from reaching Earth at the time he says that. Why is your engines on? Why are you accelerating towards Earth? Now, all the way through this episode, the engines are on. The engines are on when they blow up the controls. They didn't turn the engines on. You can't do this. You can't hit something. They did it in Romulus. You can't hit an engine and it starts up. That all you're going to possibly do is break the engine. You can't hit an engine and it starts firing it. You can't hit a firework. If I get a firework, a very simplistic rocket, and hit it, it doesn't just go off. They seem to think these are retards that don't do science fiction. They seem to think that guns and rockets are the same thing. Well, you drop it, and if it's a SIG, it'll fire. Oh, because guns don't generally do that. Guns don't do that. It's insane. It's like the people that think that if you drop a nuclear bomb and it hits the floor really hard, that it will just explode. No, it's a very precise, down to the millisecond, series of events. They don't just explode. Fucking Christ. Oh. Any road. So, they put Cake Boy in the hypersleep and... Oh, the alarms go off. Containment breach. It's like, wait a minute. We didn't have these kind of alarms with the flashing lights and all the colours when someone had blown up a panel in the wall that had fucked the flight navigations and everything. We didn't have that kind of alert. And 2 people had been face-hugged. And a guy's just had his throat cut or burnt out by acid. Now all of a sudden, what I'm saying is the protocols don't make any sense. It's all just fucking stupid. Anyway, he's got out, of course, there's blood everywhere. The facehugger, the chest burster's got out. And then something happens that is absolutely bad. It's horrifically terrible writing. And I know when I'm going to say this, some people go, well, that doesn't really matter. It does matter. It does matter. Just go with me. I'll explain why. She says, how big does this thing get? So the chest bursters come out and they're like, how big does it get? It's like, what do you mean, how big does it get? What makes you think it gets any bigger? Wait a minute. See, you, the audience, you know it gets bigger. I know it gets bigger because I've seen the other films. But these people don't know what this thing does. Which begs another question. Our saboteur, we find out, opened a box and another box. Or one box with 2 eggs in. I can't really make my mind up. He opens the... So he's gone... Right? And then he goes, let me open these egg boxes. And he legs it. And the speed at which the 2 guys that get face-hugged, they arrive instantly with fire extinguishers in a hand. I don't know how that happened. So the fire alarm goes boom. And Marlowe's watching in real time all of the viewers. And they are there within 5 seconds. At the door with fire extinguishers. Now that is very efficient filming production. You filmed that right at the right time, lads. Well done. You know, you were ready behind out of shot. Then we run in with the fire extinguishers. Very well choreographed, but it doesn't make fucking sense, does it? Were they waiting around the corner with fire extinguishers because they're actually actors on a shit production, not anyone thinking about how this really works? Ripley, it's so cool when in the same franchise we have examples of people not being that stupid. Ripley's like this. There you go. And it goes on like that. That's 5 seconds. And Hicks goes, holy shit, a fire. And then we actually watch him. And it's in the fucking next room. We watch him run, grab a fire extinguisher and run to the next room. This takes longer than it does in fucking Alien Earth. In Alien Earth, it's instant. They're there. They run in. Really bad CGI. I don't know why he did it like that. I don't know who thinks that a facehugger looks like literally 2 testicles and a spine, because that's what it looks like. It's hideous, horrible nonsense. And the facehugger jumps on both the faces. Now, I've got a question. Same thing about with this bitch saying, how big do they get? I have 3 questions. Let's do the questions. Number one. How big? Why does she think they get bigger? Which made me think to myself, hang about. Number 2 is, why did the guy who let the eggs open the eggs? The facehuggers might just run around or run off. So, why the facehuggers? And you'll be like, this is the same thing. Right? This is the same thing as the previous question. How big? Well, Matt, this is what retards say. Well, Matt, we know how they get bigger. I was like, yes, I know, and you know they get bigger, but the cast, the characters in this fucking fictitious nonsense shouldn't know that they get bigger. They don't know they have acid for blood. They don't know if you cut the tail, it kills people, but they know that they get bigger once they burst out of someone's chest. How? They don't. They've caught these specimens and brought them back. They haven't got a Xeno in a cage, a big bugger, going, oh yeah, this popped out of Barry earlier. Now, they did say 2 men died, or we lost good men, there was 2 of them. We lost good men to catching these specimens. But that's all of the specimens. That's all of them. That could be the eyeball with tentacles, that octopus. That could be the leeches. That could be the giant plant-looking fucking cock thing. That could be anything. We don't know. It's 2 guys. Then I thought to myself, hang about. Where did the facehuggers come from? Fuggers. Fuggers come from. Where did the facehuggers come from? They've got 2 facehuggers in jars, and then they've got eggs. So where did you get the facehuggers from? How did you get the fucking eggs without them opening? And did you get these out of the eggs, the facehuggers? Even when they're back on Earth and they've got the eggs, they're cut into the side of them. They don't let the eggs hatch out and get a facehugger. So how did they get the two facehuggers in the jars? You see, this is Noah been a retard again. Yeah, but all right then, dickhead. How did they get them in Aliens? Oh, well, let me tell you that story. It's in the film. The facehuggers, out of all the facehuggers, 2 are alive, the rest are dead. Quote, Bishop. How? Removed before embryo implantation. So the 2 facehuggers they have that are intact because they were removed before embryo implantation, but that killed the host. The other ones implanted their, they did their embryo implantation, and they are just carcasses now, facehuggers that just die, but they've kept them in the jars as samples, right? Just in case someone wants to study them, or just so they're trying to work out what the fuck's going on. You see how that all makes sense? But you've got facehuggers in jars that are alive, which means you managed to get them without... Maybe them 2 facehuggers jumped on those 2 guys and they pulled them off, killing those 2 guys. Okay, then. So these 2 come from the 2 men who are dead. Right? These come from the 2 men who are dead. Okay, wasn't explained. Love to see it. Even a good mention. But we don't get that mention. But okay, we're getting somewhere. That's where those 2 facehuggers come from. Cool. Okay. But how do you know they got big then? Because clearly this was before embryo implantation, because otherwise they'd be dead in them jars. And they're not dead in them jars because they're a yellowy colour. We know from Alien when they die, they go like a bluey, grey, slatey, shitty, dead colour. So the facehuggers are alive, and they're in fluid, and the facehuggers might be off these 2 dead men. Okay, cool. But then saying that, if that's the case, how come you didn't kill these 2 men like you did these 2 laid down with facehuggers on them? Oh, shit, yeah. Because we killed him by cutting it off. Why didn't they learn that lesson from these 2 dead men? And these 2 dead men are 2 men we don't get to see. Right, these are crew members who are dead before. Right? These aren't the captain and our new guy who's just died in his cryopod. These aren't the same facehuggers. Because one's got its tail chopped off, and the other one, well, it's dead. It's done the embryo thing, because now it's come out of his chest. This doesn't make any fucking sense. So actually, this is now question mark again. This is now a big question mark. Because you either, let me just put it really simplistically, you either know from experience, facehugger, chestburster, alien. Then you would know that they get bigger. But we've got 2 facehuggers who are alive and well. So they may have been removed from our 2 dead members. That's how they died. The 2 dead guys died because we peeled them off and put them in jars. The eggs, on the other hand, are virgin eggs ready to rock and roll. So if that's the case, and you peeled these facehuggers off these men, it killed those men, we lost good men collecting these specimens, then if that's the case, you have never seen old Roger here, big alien boy, you've never seen big chap, so then you wouldn't know that it bursts out your chest and grows. See the problem? You've written yourself out of the whole fucking... Oh, just whatever, retards. Any road, so... There's a big exposition time when they start saying this and this and this and this and this, and we've got to catch it and blah, 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 whale you tiny, all this kind of nonsense. And then... right, we've got to draw a line under all this. Then... we get into SST. This is super stupid time. Because you can write this properly. You can make all of the things that you want to happen in this scenario, but not this stupid. Right, here we go. So, she's sat there, and this woman the one with the afro, she needs to go to acting school because she's like, oh, I'm sandwich. She just eat like a normal person, please. Eating and drinking in a lab with biological samples is not a good idea. I would have thought someone who is a PhD in biology and xenobiology and whatever would know this. Not wearing gloves in everything you touch, not wearing some kind of face protection, even if it's just a mask. Even in Alien, they got this right. They got these masks on. Why? Because it stops you in. Because it spores. I know. Spores. Tarantulas have hairs that they drop off their legs and their back, their abdomen, to get caught in your throat and choke you as a defence mechanism. There are loads of things that skunks spray shit into the air so it fucking puts you off because it fucking absolutely stinks. There are loads of plants and animals that release all kinds of shit into the air to act as a defence mechanism. So when you're dealing with things that you don't know anything about, you would think you would do that, eh? But no, fuck that, it doesn't matter. So she's like, she picks up she's got a rat, like a rotting rat. Where did you get the rotting rat from? Don't know. We just had them. Maybe they're ship rats. Maybe the cat isn't doing its job properly. Put the cat in it. Fuck it. All of these stupid fucking things. So they the slugs are super smart. I mean, like super smart. It's like, do you know what? If I put my finger through there, which I can, and just go like that, push it. The problem is because these jars. Right, these jars are from 2055. That's the problem. I don't know why they haven't had this up either. The facehuggers can't get out of them, but the slugs can for some fucking stupid reason. The leech slugs. And the way, if you watch it, the way she drinks all the time. The actors, like the director's, like, I really want you to overham the drinking so people know that this is going to be prevalent, right? They know that this is important. There's loads of things they do. Everything they do is stupid, right? I've got this extremely delicate jar, right? Just whatever. This extremely delicate jar, and I'm just going to plop it on a work surface where it can get knocked over. And if it gets knocked over, that nasty shit inside is going to kill us all. Okay. But you just get this jar and you just rest it on a table. We'll just rest it there, be all right. There's no chance of us knocking it over. Remember, we're in a fucking spaceship. What happens if artificial gravity turns off and then turns back on? What happens if the ship gets hit by a comet or something? Oh no! My specimen! Why? Why aren't the tubes made out of... why are they made out of just glass? Why are they not made out of some sexy, futuristic glass that's impact resistant? A polycarbonate, a polycarbonate lithium, K-glass type, Gorilla Glass type fucking stuff. Why isn't it made out of something awesome? Some awesome material that's really inert. Why is it not made out of something like aerogel, where it's basically just like pure silica or something, but it's in this matrix that's super strong and super resilient? And why is it just made out of sugar glass? I've dropped glasses. I've dropped literally pint glasses or tumblers that hit the floor and you go, oh, it didn't smash. This thing, fuck off, smash. It was polycarbonate, they'd be fucked. Now, there might be a reason not to use polycarbonate that we have nowadays because it's a polymer, right? It can't take excessive heat and blah, blah, blah. But if that was polycarbonate, it would have bounced on the floor, no fucking problem. Pung, 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 pung. We've seen it in Aliens. Burke, he must have put them jars down and just pushed them over. Just tipped them. Or drained them out and then put them down and pushed them over. They didn't smash. They didn't break. These fuckers, sayonara. Same jars, by the way, but literally exactly the same jars. But who cares? Who cares about that kind of shit? Who cares if these jars are... well, they should care, because then that's the reason why they die. Just all of it. Just absolutely all of it. All of them. All of it is just dumb. There's no protocols. It's like this. What's the point of having a thing at the door, right, that tells you... Her protocol, she always checks before she leaves the room. Or she should have to put a key in the thing to open the door. What's the point in having this screen if you don't fucking look at it? It's dumb. People just walk in and out of this lab. There's no airlock. It should be you go through here, it closes the door behind you, and then you've got to acknowledge that all of these containers are secure or not. This is basic stuff. It's not just... You see, people say, oh, the dumbest characters. It's not just the characters. The protocol is dumb. Like, the ship is built in a dumb way. This is generational dumb, because it was built in 2055, right? These people back then were thick as shit. Never mind now. In the story, everyone's stupid. The whole people in the universe. You can easily write this. You had a saboteur. Why isn't he going in, jamming the door and letting them all out? There you go. The saboteur lets all of the alien creatures out. He did it with the facehuggers. While they're looking over here, he's running over there and letting these fuckers out as well. It's just... Oh, and before I move on, because I want to talk about the saboteur for a second. Or Frenchman. I'll get to what that means. The director thinks you're dumb as fuck. See this liquid in there? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? The liquid is important. The liquid is important. The liquid is important. The liquid is... Oh, I've hit the camera. There's a red light. There's a red light. Can you see the red light? It hasn't locked. Look. Noah thinks you're retarded. Look at the water. Look at when they're in the fucking bloody room and the young engineer retard has been a retard. Maximum retard. They're zooming on the water. Look, the water. Can you see the water? Fuck's sake. I get it. I get what the fucking episode's trying to tell me. I got that a week ago. I get that you think that everyone is an idiot. I get that Noah, what's his name, Hawkley, thinks he's superior to everyone watching. He thinks that you are dumb. Remembering, like, the fans of Alien talk about the nuance. Did you see the way that Ash looked at Kane then? It's subtle, but did you see it? Did you notice? Did you notice that Ripley comes in, Ripley, and he turns off the things, turns off the displays for the microscope. Did you notice? Did you know that subtlety, that little, you know what I mean? Burke's just like this, and he's going, and he turns off just turns it off. Yeah. Just turns it off. But they're not fucking, oh my God, the screen! Ripley's screen's been turned up. You know, come on now. We're not idiots. They think we're idiots. It's like when you see the aliens, you know, they're like this, and Dietrich is like this, and you can see the alien there. And then you see it move, right? In Alien, not Kane. Brett looks up, and he looks up at the chains, up to the light, to the coolant that runs on his face, the water goes like that. And you can see the alien. But Ridley Scott, they go, zoom in on him! He thinks we're all cunts. And people say, and they're wrong, people say, well, this is because of second monitor content, or because you're looking on your phone. No, it's not. It's not that. People are invested, watch. They're not on the fucking phones. If you're trying to get the people on the phones, you don't need to, because they've already paid. They've paid to watch it, and they're on the phones anyway. If they want to sit on their phones and miss half of what's going on, fuck them. They're probably going to say, well, actually, I didn't see half of it, but yeah, it was all right. Because they're not paying attention. They'll just see the big when it gets big and loud. So it's got nothing to do with second monitor content. It's got nothing to do with phones. It's got nothing to do with that. Nothing. Andor doesn't do this. People are like, Andor's fucking amazing. It's the best thing since, well, it's the best Star Wars thing. It's actually it's left Star Wars behind. Andor, people didn't say, well, I didn't really notice I was on my phone. You watched it, you're engrossed. It's an excuse. He just thinks you're retarded. They then say, the wannabe captain now says, a xenomorph has got loose. It's like, what? Which one? The eyeball? The squids? The giant plant? Or the facehuggers? No, a xenomorph. Well, what do you mean? Because they're all xenomorphs. You know, extraterrestrial forms. They're all... It's like saying the animal got loose and you at a zoo go, which one? You know what I mean? The dinosaur got loose at Jurassic Park. All right, cool. But which one? Because it matters. Because raptors are fucking killing machines and a Stegosaurus is a Stegosaurus. It's dangerous, but it's not like a raptor, is it? It can't run down a fucking corridor, can it? You get what I mean? They're all xenomorphs, you stupid bitch. But no, because they know that you know what it means. It's like, but no. I hate the word xenomorph, but the word xenomorph is not the name of it's like saying carnivore, right? It's literally a descriptor. It's not the name of this. This alien is not, and no, it's not called X something something. Fuck off. The alien, the name xenomorph is what Gorman says to the troops as a descriptor. It is a non-Earth life form, is what he's saying. A xenomorph is present, and it's like a xeno what? It's like a xenomorph. It's like we're looking for fucking. Someone reckons they've seen an alien and they've got scared, so we're off to go and a bug hunt. A bug hunt doesn't mean we're hunting this exact species. A bug hunt means we're looking for, we're on a goose chase. We're on a wild goose chase. We're looking for, someone saw a scary alien and we're looking for a scary alien thing. It could be fucking anything. You know what I mean? It could be fucking something out of bloody Avatar. Could be anything. Could be a six-legged dog, for all we fucking know. So, when they're having this meeting round the table and the young knobhead is about to drink the fucking poison leech, and let me be clear, I'm going to shine the tiniest bit of praise. I love the idea that the leech got out, found a water supply, and then shat its young into it. It is under stress, she's been starving it, they haven't been eating, and if that leech is pregnant, then it's got to dump its offspring for future generations. That's a very life thing to do. It wasn't a body shock horror thing to do. It's a very life thing to do. The fact that kid's internal organs and acid... Because this is the thing. They do this thing in science fiction, and there's a lot of people are bad for it, where every single thing, every single alien creature is more devastating than we are. Wouldn't it be cool to have a thing where, a bit like War of the Worlds, and you've got to remember, that goes back to the beginnings of science fiction, does War of the Worlds, where we're dangerous to the aliens. And I love that idea in War of the Worlds, where it's our bacteria kills the Martians. That kid drinks, he's like, fuck it, give me the Kool-Aid, you know what I mean? And his stomach acid doesn't absolutely destroy all them tadpoles. Why not? Oh no, we've got to have a body shock or a bit. We've got to have a bit where he... See, it's something that they're not playing with. You know what I mean? Whatever. So, so someone says there's a saboteur and the kid goes, a Frenchman. Wasn't saboteurs like from the Netherlands or the Dutch or something? So it's not actually a French word, it's more of a German word. But a sabot, there's shoes, aren't there, something? It was on Catch Me If You Can, I think. But whatever. Okay, dumbass. And then he's having hot sauce, and they play this. He puts too much hot sauce on. Oh, and that's so he drinks the thing. But the music goes up like it. You know what I mean? Like they're doing like a fake out of a chest. But I don't know why they did that. It's weird. It's Morrow starts investigating all these people, and the ship's leaking. Why is it raining? Well, it was raining inside the Nostromo. No, no. The reason why there's water, the reason why there's coolant leaking, they actually say in Alien why there's coolant leaking. It's because of the shitty crash they had. They just think, well, in the bowels of the ship where it's dark on the Nostromo, it was raining, so we're going to have it raining in Morrow's office. It's like, why? It's a ship in space. Are you not worried that it's going to fill up? Where's all this water going? It's not like it is on Earth. You fucking dumbass. You can't just have coolant leaking everywhere and just go, fuck it, we don't care. In Alien, it's one of the jobs that Parker and Brett have to fix, the coolant leak. They have to fix that. The engine overheated. They literally say this. Oh, God. Noah, you're a retard. Fucking Christ. But Morrow stops using the CCTV. He's trying to work out what happened, but he doesn't look at all the important places. Why the CCTV? You know, it's like, I've got this CCTV that's got hidden cameras everywhere, and then I stop using it for things that I really need to know why people did things. It's bizarre. And then the floor panels, that was it. Sorry, I'm just reading my notes. They then move on with, he's doing this stupid, shitty investigation. He leaves Slaphead there, and then all hell breaks loose yet again, and then fucking Morrow has to leaving Slaphead there, which he just stays there for some reason. I don't know why he just stays there. Everyone's running around like a headless chicken because this containment thing has gone awry. And this is when Slaphead tells Morrow, just because it says the hypersleep pods are full doesn't mean that they are. Morrow is an idiot again. He's gone stupid again. Who are your... Because I thought what he was getting at was the fact that there's a stowaway. When he says, who are you, early on, there's Morrow, I was expecting it's someone he doesn't know. So he should have recognised the three people it could potentially be and just interview them. But number two is, he doesn't work it out. The dumbass doesn't work out who it is at all until he literally sees the message spelled out to the audience and spelled out to him. They get the personal messages from Earth. And that's where the guy who's got the facehugger on him who died, who gave birth to the alien, literally sends a broadcast home saying, I'm having this relationship with this girl on board. You mean that thing that's forbidden? Retard. Everyone is a retard. Everyone is. Someone's going to say that's their personal messages. The personal messages that our guy is now looking through. Oh, that's a fail, isn't it? If you're about to type, put Matt, the personal messages. Yes, the personal messages is crawling through. And with all this mission secrecy, espionage, company, espionage and industrial sabotage and stuff, with all this shit, literally, which is actually happening on the ship, that's what he's looking for. You would think, as a security officer, and Weyland-Yutani full stop, that all of the broadcasts would be filtered, screened and censored. You would think that, wouldn't you? And you'd think that the crew would fucking know this. You see, the way it works on Alien, the 1979 one, is that the crew are just truckers. That's where this sabotage, this espionage spy shit which Ash is doing is surprising. They're just truckers. They go from Wolverhampton to Liverpool and back again. The dirty, dirty truckers. They all wank over watching someone shag a sheep in a fucking lay-by somewhere, right? Dirty bastard truckers. Everyone knows they are. This is what truckers are like. They're the most devious people on earth. Peter Sutcliffe. I rest my case. But the truckers. So when they're caught up in this world-changing, possible, this massive discovery Wayland are doing the espionage thing to try and, get this specimen back. That's why Mother has directives that they don't know about. Obviously they're doing shady shit. Ash is on the ship. They didn't know he was a robot. He didn't self-declare. He's in a fucking hypersleep pod. Okay, so this ship where they know they're going to go, this is a scientific vessel that are going to go and get specimens that will be extremely important. The engineer has a conversation when they wake up saying, I don't want this doing this. What did he say? I don't want something putting in my cereal. And then they do this exposition bit, which is the shittest bit, where the doctor says, the kid says, why do they want these specimens? And he goes, it's all about power. And he basically explains to the kid, who knows fuck all, basically what having this advantage is, what having these animals and creatures is all about. They literally spell it out to the audience and then expect us to believe that their what that's telling you is their communications are being monitored. You fucking know this. I know when I ring up the insurance company, the conversation has been monitored. So why don't these cunts who are dealing with espionage shit from, top secret stuff from companies not know? It's retarded. The whole thing is retarded. Every single person in this is retarded. It's the same with The Expanse. In The Expanse, they're just ICEs. They just come across. They're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Exactly like the Nostromo. Wrong place, wrong time, end up enthralled in this big thing. And Holden is constantly saying, I didn't ask for this. I didn't want to be this hero. I didn't want to be the flagship this. I didn't want this. This is just dropped in on us. We were just, fuck it. He was just space sexing these girls on this ship and became the XO. He didn't even want that. Characters, imagine. So the kid drinks the leech jizz. Good. The quicker he dies, the better. And then I hear a conversation between Marlowe and the engineer and the kid. And it was really strange because he said, a 65-year ship and you get a quarter share. I was like, no, what? The whole point of shares is that they represent something. So in Alien, they say a forfeit of shares. Shares aren't the money. Shares are also the stock of the company, right? It's like they mean share, your fair share. That's what they meant, right? So in the Nostromo, they're saying, right, well, we carry this oil refinery from here to here, right? Back to Earth or whatever. Needs repairing. Maybe it's full of oil. It says refinery. I think what the refinery does is that you get this crude shit or whatever they're farming. As they come back home, it's refining it as they go. So by the time they get home, they can dump off the cargo, which is all the oil, right? That's what I believe happens. That's the only reason why I think you'd carry, unless it needs repairing. So what they're saying is that this is a job, right? And this job has a certain dollar attachment to it to pinch a line. So let's just say this job is 500 grand in adjusted dollars. Again, nicking the phrase. And then you will get your share. There's the whole cake. Dallas gets that much, and then it gets divided out like this, right? And you will get your shares in this contract. Whatever that contract is evaluated at, you will get your share. That's the whole point. Not that they're literally, a quarter of a share for 65 years. That's not a monetary amount. We know they use dollars. Fuck's sake. Adjusted dollars. Maybe not, they haven't adjusted them by then, but they say trillionaire. Billionaire now, trillionaire then. Yeah, that makes sense. Fucking Christ alive. Oh, and then the camera keeps on zooming. Like I say, it zooms on the tadpole, water, all that kind of shite. So then what they do is they're coming back in the lab. The alarms go off. That was the big hocus pocus thing. They get back in the lab and everything's smashed on the floor. And the octopus thing. The octopus thing is the shittest thing I've ever seen. We'll get to that. I'll do a separate thing. I'll finish on that, actually. That's just a rant. And she calls it a she, which I just thought was a bit in today's thing, just call it, right? Oh yeah, one of the big no-nos that I don't like about it, you should never, ever, 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 ever see from the alien's view. Morrow's walking around with a shotgun and things going through a window. Don't do that. You see it look round the corner at her when she's scratching at the door trying to get in the mother pod. Just please don't. I don't want to ever see from the alien's view ever again. Ever again. Oh yeah, so then he ends up bumping into the guy who's a saboteur. It's the guy that we've never seen before. And then it made me think, hang about a minute. You know the kid that's with him? The guy he calls, his name's Chlamyd something, and he calls him it's Clam. He calls him Chlamydia. He called him Chlamydia. He calls him Chlamydia. And I can't remember seeing him in the open. So I actually went back to episode 1, and he's not there. You'd have thought they have all the crew. They have as much of the crew as you can see. That kid is not in the opening scene. Oh. He just appears out of nowhere. He just literally appears, not mentioned, just appears. So it's kind of like someone's forgot. Someone's forgot a character. He's not in the opening. The Chinese guy's there. The girl who thinks he's weird is there, that he watches is there. The other girl who's sat against the back wall he goes and sits next to is there. You've got the young kid, you've got the engineer, you've got the captain, you've got the first officer, you've got the girl who's screwing him, who becomes the captain. You've got the Afro girl, you've got the doctor, the Indian Sikh doctor, you've got... No, that's it. You've literally got everyone. So when you've got them there, you're just missing the 2 crew members that are dead. And the chlamydia lad. Where did he pop out from? He's literally just not there. They all wake up all at once, after this long journey or whatever. They all wake up, and they're all there, but him. He's just not there. Rip. He just magically climbs out of nowhere. No one even mentions that he's not there. No one says, where's chlamydia? Oh, he's just checking in, blah, blah, blah. No one says anything. So, oh well, who cares? Anyway, so he fights the saboteur, really shit. Pew, 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 pew. And then he knifes him, and that blade that was like 7 inches long, something like that, then grows an extra foot. The blade coming through that guy's back, if you look at the thickness of the guy and then the blade, that blade is longer than Morrow's forearm. Oops. And you got to remember, right, is if you have an elbow, right, like this, and you have an arm, and you've got your fist, your meat hook, right, you've got this 7-inch blade, then some of it's still inside you. This blade is longer than his arm from the knuckles. It's a growing blade, Matt. It's a growing blade. Then the leech starts going for the kid who's dead. I was like, whatever. Oh, that's it. Then the Xeno starts running around. And the Xeno's useless. It's not scary. And she gets a welding torch out. And I was like, oh my god, look, it's a Marine's welding torch. This ship is from 2055. The Marines with their state-of-the-art firepower, which doesn't mean gas torches, obviously. So, in that amount of time, which is 120-odd years, they have not changed the gas torch for the Marines. I'm like, sorry, what? What do you mean you haven't changed it? Oh, okay. They've also got Marine equipment on board for some reason. Who cares? And we're going to skip forward very quickly because when the kid starts to convulse, he's like, "Argh!" So they put him in there. They put him in the exact same medical room as the Nostromo. It is exactly the same. And they say, oh, we're just going to operate on him. Like, no, don't. Let him die. No, we're going to operate on him. Who's making the mind up? The security guy goes, you best make a decision. You best make a decision. It's like, dude, you make the fucking decision. Are you retarded or what? And then they try and pick up the little leeches that are somehow on his lungs, even though he swallowed them, don't ask. And they spray a deadly spore, which we think is deadly. It might have just itched the throats. It might not have killed them. It might have been like just coughing on CS gas or something. But no, she goes, fuck it, and goes and kills them all, the boy and the two there. But this doesn't kill the leeches, which I thought was quite funny. I was like, what kind of incredibly biological matter is this? Is everything out there in the universe just incredibly stronger and more resilient than life on Earth? That seems a bit weird, a bit far-fetched, doesn't it? A bit bullshitty, leeches that you just can't kill. I'm sure if I fucking stand on it, it'll just die. It's like the eyeball thing. If I just fucking give it a good kick, I'm sure it'll fucking die. But obviously not. The explosion that I mentioned earlier, never mentioned. No one knows what it was. No one knows what exploded. No one knows why it exploded. It was just a pop. Oh, cool. Another explosion. But when they come out of that... No, before they come out of that room, they have a discussion between... I'm going backwards and forwards here. I've just read my notes and realised I missed something. There's the Afro woman and the wannabe captain bitch. She says to her, did you sabotage my ship? And she went, no. Did the black girl. And she went, oh, good. So come with me. I've got something for you to do. And what kind of question is that? Literally just go back and watch the episode. The dialogue. People don't talk like this. People don't behave like this. All of it. Even the Oscar winner Morrow, fucking idiot. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Oh. So, let's move on. I want to go back to the first 4 episodes video, very briefly. And I want to say, I did a tiny bit of maths. And I said, let's say that the Maginot, let's say it weighs as much as the USS Enterprise, the supercarrier, which it probably weighs more, but let's just say it weighs the same. The displacement for the USS supercarrier, the USS Enterprise, is 94,000 tons. 94,000 tons is how much the Enterprise weighs. Let's just say that the Maginot is going under the speed of sound. You do hear a sonic boom when it comes to crash. I'm talking about when it crashes into Earth. So let's just say it's going 700 metres per second. Right. Just a tiny quick on the back of the fag packet calculation. The kinetic energy of the Maginot crashing is 23,000 gigajoules, or 23 terajoules. What? Now, if the ship stops, it's going this velocity, 700, I should put a little line, that'll say it says 100, 700 metres per second. And you hear this sonic boom. Right. So it's twice the speed of sound. Which, for the speed that it's not going fast enough. But we're lowballing it. Twice the speed of sound. I said speed of sound, sorry, I meant twice the speed of sound. And it comes in at 700 metres a second. Right? We're talking, this is like 10 megatons. 7 megatons kind of energy. It'd be like a baby bomb going off, like a baby nuke. It's like half the Hiroshima. And instead it just hits a building, it just crumbles. I was just curious. Any road, let's talk about the mega stupid. Let's finish with the mega stupid, because all of this is just the crew, the dialogue. It's not just the crew and the dialogue, the timeline, the chronological order of things, the reasoning for things. Why do you let facehuggers out? It's almost like you knew what they did, but you don't know what they did because no one knows what they did because we've only just found them. All that kind of shit. There are loads of stupid stuff that goes on where things don't make sense. Like the Saboteur doesn't do this, and these people don't do this, and all these stupid mistakes and all these stupid features. And the eyeball testicle thing has enough inertia to hit the jar so it falls off. Lucky it doesn't hurt itself every time it bashes into that jar, and lucky it didn't hurt itself when it fell and cut itself on the glass that shattered, and just loads of luck really, and bullshit and loads of nonsense. Oh yeah, if you send personal messages to the it'd be like a direct link to Elon Musk. Why would he be talking to Elon Musk? He'd be talking to one of his lackeys, surely. It's fucking dumb. Come on now, you just all this is incriminating evidence. It's all nonsense. You just broadcast that to Wayland. Morrow doesn't do that. He doesn't broadcast that to Wayland. And what's the guy's plan? Let's just think about this for a second. The Saboteur's plan. The Saboteur's plan is to crash this uncontrollable ship into a prodigy area. It's a good fucking thing in the Atlantic Ocean, is it? Because it just go poof and go down 2 miles. It's a good thing it didn't explode, and it's also a good thing. It's like, let's let all these animals out the zoo and then crash the ship intentionally. The guy says to him, what happens if I don't survive the crash? He goes, oh, that's shit then, isn't it? It's like, all right, I'll sign up to this deal. The fuck are you talking about? Just think about it, the guy's idea. Imagine if it was you. If you ever want to know if an idea is stupid, would you do it? Right? Would you do it? This guy wants to pay me loads of money. To do what? I need to crash this ship. I need to crash this spaceship into the Earth so they can get the specimens. Make sure I hit his land. Right? I was like, but what happens if the ship blows up? Oh no, you'll be fine. Well, no, he didn't say that. It says shit happens. You'd be like, well, I'm not doing it then. Why would I do this? Why would I crash this ship if I'm not... Why? I'm getting paid by Wayland. Why would I do this? Any road. So, what happens is the alien comes out and it's a cerebral palsy victim, right? So it's proper this. The alien's... It's proper... I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing... It's like... And I can't do it. It's too heavy. But it's proper just getting a groove. It's like, yeah. It's like it's got fucking Tourette's or something. It's like, yeah. What is wrong with that suit? I can see the guy's... So they did this in Alien. I can see the guy's head in his neck. It's like there's a human-shaped neck with a head on top of it. I can see it. It looks shit. The horns on its back are about this long. I don't know why. And then it gets into a gallop and it morphs into bad CGI with bad lighting. The light levels were taken were really bad. And then she outruns it. Not scary, just outrun them. You know that bit in Aliens where they close the with the elevator and the fucking alien jumps in and Hicks has to shoot it. It's fast as fuck. Well, it needs to be. This thing. Gallop. It's galloping around like this. It's like it's got a fucking kayak. It's galloping like, yeah, from wall to wall. And she's just like, I'm going to run. She doesn't scream. She doesn't look scared. She's just running going, fuck you, knobhead. And then all class of stupid happens. Now, before we go down the class of stupid, let's talk about the eyeball testicle for 1 minute. That's how creative it is. I just did it. I'm going to predict... I'm going to tell you. I'm that confident. I'm going to tell you exactly how the pitch worked for this series. The way it works is that loads of people... Disney have money, and they've got these IPs. They've bought these IPs. They've bought the companies that own them, all the rest of it. They've got the rights to Aliens. They've got the rights to Predator. We have to do films on them. They've got the rights to Terminator. They've got the rights to all this shit, and we have to... If it sits on the shelf... Just imagine this diary is the IP for Aliens. If it sits on the shelf, it's earning us fuck all money, really. If we take it off this shelf and we inject 100 million quid, 200 million quid into it, it could make us more. So it has potential. So cash it in. Cash it in. And that's what they're doing. That's why there's a new Predator that's coming out. There's going to be shit. That's why there's this new Romulus 2. Romulus in the first place. Rombombulus. That's why Alien Earth exists. It's a cash grab. They're trying to make money out of the thing that they spent money on. Which I understand. But you've got to remember, this wasn't built and designed. This wasn't done out of the love for the franchise. This was done for the wanting to get the money back out of the franchise. Exactly like Alien 3, basically. So, what happens is you have so many directors. There's so many directors in circulation that can head these projects. You know, people with enough that it's their time. Noah's one of these guys where it is his time. And what happens is that they go fishing. We want to build an alien. We want to do an Alien series now. Who's available? Because other people are working on projects. You know, David Fincher's doing Mindhunter season 4, hopefully. You know, David Cameron's Lost in Pandora. You know, Ridley Scott's dead. You know, all these people are doing these projects, and they're busy. So you've only got a select few to pick from. Now, when you're out of work, you're out of work. You don't know what your next gig's going to be. And the more money that's spent on these things, the more money you're going to inevitably be paid. You know, if it's a $5 million production, then you're not going to get fucking much money. If it's a $200 million production. So you have to interview. It's casting couch for directors. And you've got to tell them something that they want to hear. This is what Noah said. People are not scared of the alien anymore. The alien doesn't work. The alien that this entire franchise is built on does not work anymore. It just doesn't work. Sorry, but your franchise is pretty much dead. What we need to focus on, this is why Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, Covenant, this is why they failed. No, it's not, right? The reason why they failed was bad writing. Why was the bad writing? Because they didn't care. Because it's non-sci-fi. People who are doing it. I've said this before. I'll stick by it. Ridley Scott's not a sci-fi guy. He doesn't know how to pick sci-fi writers. He doesn't know how to do anything science fiction. Ridley Scott takes other people's really well-written stories. Good written story, give it to Ridley Scott, he can make it look pretty. Blade Runner, Alien. That's all I need. That's literally all I need as an example. So, he comes in, he says, people aren't scared of the alien anymore. But we can use the franchise, we can use that title, we can use that draw, that baked-in audience that the predecessors had developed themselves, and we can just plaster anything on it. But I'm going to excite you now. We need things to be as dangerous as the alien. We need new. We need new, because new is what works. Even though loads of people went to go and play Alien Isolation, which had the same alien in it, not a new one, the same old alien. Yeah, they changed its legs, which I didn't like. But it's the same basic principle. It's the Sebastopol. It looks like all the things that they know, right? Alien Isolation worked, so what are you talking about? But you don't want to... That's just nostalgia baiting, which we'll do as well. It's a good point you brought that one up. We need an alien that can fight the alien, that's scarier than the alien. Alien versus Predator was the ultimate. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. And they made it look shit. So he comes up with this new thing, this stupid shit thing. Why is this octopus eyeball? Why does it exist? I know why it exists. It's an eyeball. What doesn't this have? Eyeballs. The reason why is that you need something to fight the alien. But you need to give this eyeball thing, this magic eyeball, you need to give it powers. Well, what it can do is it is the alien. It's the host. It takes place of people's eyeballs and controls them. That's body horror. It controls them. It puppeteers them. Wait a minute. So why can't the eyeball take control of the alien? Then it would be an alien walking around with an eyeball in it. It'd be even more powerful. I know. Because that's the problem. The alien is boring. Remember, they've convinced themselves. The alien is boring, and we need something to take it on. So this thing can't take over the alien, because then it'd just be the alien again, just with an eyeball, which looks goofy. Get an alien, stick an eyeball on the side of it, it just looks stupid. So we want something to take on the alien. This program wants to nuke the alien. The androids can beat it with hooks that don't... An android girl can beat the alien. In this one, this woman can... It's always women. These women can run away from the alien. The alien can be beat. It's actually not that difficult to beat. The Marines are just in the future, the Marines are just pussies. Right? It's not that hard to defeat the alien. The alien is a puss. This is the new thing. This is our thing. This is revitalising the alien. Yeah, fuck alien. No, retards. No, it looks goofy and it's stupid. Because it takes control over that guy, and that guy jumps. Well, one, it calls the alien back. Don't know why. It speaks alien, obviously. Number two is it bites him. The eyeball takes control of the engineer bloke, and the engineer bloke gets on the alien's back and bites him. And do you know what I've seen people write on forums and posts and stuff? Look how scared the alien was when it was fighting the eyeball engineer. And I was just like, scared. Oh my God. This is what people think. This is what it's making people think. The alien has been nuked. The alien is not... This isn't alien Earth. This is some other alien Earth. And I just gave up. I was just like... This is the goofiest shit I've ever seen. It's terrible. Imagine... I'm glad Ridley Scott... not Ridley Scott. It's a shame Ridley Scott isn't dead. I'm glad that Giga's dead. I really am. Because if he saw that, he'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've just turned it into some shit. It's just a fucking mess. Oh, and one other little thing, if you didn't notice, because I noticed, right at the end, Weyland Yutani, the samurai with machine guns that are almost pulse rifles. On the roof, there's a ship. And on that roof of that ship, there is a ship that has a tiny bit of dropship in it. Its tail fins are like this. Its tail fins... I can't remember how the back ones go. They go like that, don't they? And then they've got a cut out there. But yeah, the tail fins on that plane, that's the back end of the dropship. Ah, you see, you remember that? I caught that, you fucker. You see, I'm loving this. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, it is a fucking joke. It is the worst episode. Everyone's stupid. Morrow is now bored. Now you've found out that this guy has just abandoned his daughter for whatever reason, some stupid loyalty to someone who isn't even alive anymore. That's retarded. The crew's retarded. The crash was retarded. Every reason why it all went shit, titty up, broken, it's retarded. All of it's retarded. It's just all fucking retarded. There's really nothing else to say about how retarded this program is. It's bizarre. How retarded this all is. Hope that makes sense. And the next video you'll see will be the last 3 episodes. 6, 7, 8. And I'm sure it's going to get better. Nothing has changed from my predictions of what you're probably going to see, unless they do something even better. I don't know. Ripley was a plant. That'll probably be fucking something they'll fucking do, or something stupid like that. Who knows? Oh, imagine if they put Ripley in, like a cameo of Ripley. Hi, I'm Ripley. I'm here for the job for the trawl, the space tug program. And you'd be like, oh my God, everyone's about to have a fucking space tug. Jesus Christ. Hope that makes sense. I'll see you in a bit.